Being ugly is the new pretty. So growing up, like many other girls, I grew up very insecure with how I looked. It got so bad that I literally could not look myself in the mirror anymore. I felt so angry because I knew I didn't fit into what society deemed as beautiful. I never really wanted to change how I look, but I always thought to myself, if only I was the beauty standards and everyone else wasn't. I grew up on YouTube, and it was a time between like 2012 through 2018 where like the YouTube girls were all the rage. I like to call it the saturation era because literally all of their videos were just full of extreme over-the-top color. These girls were the beauty standard. Every middle schooler wanted their life. I mean, they made it seem like their lives were so glamorous and amazing. And it took me years to find beauty within myself. And it took me so long because this was the standard. And until fairly recently, this is what society expected women to look like. And if you didn't, of course, you're considered ugly. But fairly recently, something strange has been happening. The pretty standards or beauty standards have kind of shifted. Now, people who look average and in the past wouldn't conventionally fit the beauty standard are becoming the standard. Having a mid or even like subpar appearance is now the look that people are going for. A very good example would be Anya Taylor-Joy. She's an American actress born in Miami, Florida, and she got her big break playing the leading role in The Queen's Gambit. Growing up, Anya was bullied regularly by her peers because she looked different from everyone else, which is true. She has a very non-typical structure. The bullying got to her so much that she would avoid mirrors. Kids would tell her that she's ugly because she looks like an alien because her eyes were so far apart. And when she became famous, people would say the same thing about her and nitpick everything wrong with her face.
And I love that I heard you weren't always embraced at school.
I was very, very lucky with my parents because when I was bullied for my looks, my mom always said, you look at the inside of somebody. You look at the inside of somebody, you don't look at class, you don't look at anything like that, you don't look at what they do for a job, it's just, do you like that person's heart? And I really have to give a big shout out to my mom for that because it was really helpful.
But one of the main reasons why she did become so popular is because she had such a distinct look and she used it in her favor. Naturally, she stands out, which is great for an actor. In this world, so many women get cosmetic procedures just to fit in and look like everyone else. So they fill their lips with filler and to suck the buccal fat out of their cheeks. Anya didn't do any of that. She embraced the natural body she was born in and it paid off. Sarah Jessica Parker is another unconventionally beautiful person. She's known for being Carrie and Sex and the City, and honestly, I saw her as a beautiful, normal-looking woman. But as soon as I typed her name in the search bar, all I saw were tons of websites talking about how ugly she is and how much people think that she looks like a horse. There's even a website titled Sarah Jessica Parker Looks Like a Horse, and the website consists of showing side-by-side pictures of her and a horse. My thing is like, who spent hours and hours, even days, like creating an entire website just to like put someone else down? Like, how insecure and lame does your life have to be for you to do that? Sorry, but not sorry. Like, what did they get out of creating that website? So apparently the internet says that Sarah's ugly, yet she's still extremely successful and was able to make it big based on her quirks, which is amazing.
You don't do a facelift, Botox.
I think about all of it. I'm like, is it like now people be like, well, you don't know, not only look rested, you look like an entirely different human being.
Did you ever sit there and say, I need to do this? This is what to keep me? No.
I mean, I go to a dermatologist and there's like, you know, you can get like a peel and then they like, there's like a machine and it'll be like, I honestly think like I missed out on the facelift. Like at that be to me, like the thing, like an old-fashioned good one. But I do understand why people make the choice because there is so much emphasis put on, especially women, and primarily women, about looks.
As soon as Laura became popular, she started getting tons of online hate. And instead of going under the knife to change her appearance, she used it to her advantage. She used her quirky looks and non-typical appearance in her music and her music videos to set her apart from other artists. And it worked in her favor, and everyone everyone loved it and everyone loved her. Back in 2012, when her career started to take off, music in that era was typically like pop and upbeat. We had Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez. Not saying there's anything wrong with these other women, but Lorde stood out apart from the other female artists at the time. Sydney Sweeney. Honestly, I am so like done hearing about this girl, but here we go. She played Cassie in the hit show Euphoria, and this show became one of the most popular shows among the younger generation, which I am so happy for Zendaya. I feel like before Zendaya just wasn't recognized as much as she should be, and this woman is by far the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. Sorry, this isn't about her. This is about Sydney Sweeney, but I just had to put that in there. Like, ugh. So after Euphoria blew up, people started to attack Sydney for her looks. Compared to most other actresses, Sydney did look a little different than everyone else. She looked more average and normal, something that you don't regularly see in Hollywood. It got so bad that Sydney started to trend on Twitter because people were comparing her to a Muppet.
Apparently, I am trending on Twitter right now for being ugly. And I think it's really important for people to see how words actually affect people. And I know everyone says, like, you can't read things and you shouldn't read things, but, like, I'm a person. I'm just sitting here with my dog Tank watching HGTV, wearing my Snuggie, like, I don't know. People need to be nicer on social media, because it's really f***ed up.
How did people get like a Muppet and her like mixed together? Like people are just so random. Like I would have thought of that. And I don't know why people think like she's so ugly. Like literally every single man I talk to is like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is so hot. Like they're so obsessed with her. I'm like, I mean, yes, like in terms of like her appearance, I think everyone is beautiful in their own way, of course. But when it came to me personally, like I didn't find her that attractive. But it's like all the guys are just like head over heels for her. I'm like, I mean, I guess. But she too just, you know, she used her looks to her advantage and they worked out really good for her. Most people love Sydney because she looks so different than most other actresses and actors. Jennifer Grey was a popular actress in the 80s who had the star role in Dirty Dancing, and that role helped skyrocket her career. And in that film, it was discovered that she had a standout feature that was very unique, which was her nose, because it was larger than average and overall didn't look like your typical small feminine nose, which fascinated people because around that time period, getting nose jobs was like extremely like popular and hip. And that was like, well, I would say like in the 90s, like that was like the dream procedure to get for most younger girls. But in the 90s, during the height of her career, she was pressured by surgeons and family members to get a nose job. And after she altered her nose, she blended in with many other actresses in her time. There wasn't really anything that stood out with Jennifer, and she almost lost her career because of it. She even said so herself.
My dad had changed his nose. My mom had changed her nose. My grandmother had changed her nose. My aunt said it was a thing.
And you resisted, as you point out, and then you write about why you finally decided.
Right. It was a Jewish girl who was considered not pretty, who would never have been looked at twice by the Patrick Swayze character. So I get this part, and it's hugely successful, but I made $50,000 when I made the movie, and now I'm famous and I can't support myself. And I thought, okay, maybe I just have to say uncle. I'll do it.
For your career.
For my career, for my ability to support myself.
So she got the surgery, but then needed a second operation to fix an issue caused by the first one. It left her unrecognizable to many.
And in terms of my career, it was devastating.
Had she just accepted herself for how she looked, had she told the naysayers, no, I'm gonna keep the way I was born, I can be successful without having to get plastic surgery, who knows, maybe she would have been more popular and more recognizable today, because I literally have never heard of that person before. I never watched Dirty Dancing. That just looked kind of boring to me. I mean, well, I don't even know what's it about. Like, I don't even know what the movie's about. It just like, I don't think it's a musical, is it? Sorry, I sound really stupid. I prefer Grease. Grease is just like I've seen the 20, anyways, sorry, moving on. I've been rambling a lot, I'm sorry. And you know, there are dozens of celebrities that instead of like embracing their natural looks and their natural quirks about their facial structure, they go under the knife to just get rid of anything that makes them unique and stand out. Take Park Min-young. She was among the millions of Korean actresses in Korea, and during an interview with Sports Chosen, the celebrity actress admitted to having undergone surgical procedures when she was young. She admitted to getting the double eyelid surgery, and her mom was even like really supportive of her getting it done so she could become prettier. She also admitted to getting a nose job since her nose was crooked in junior high school, is what she said. And the star confessed that she had a lot of insecurities growing up, which is why she got all those cosmetic procedures. But what would have happened if Park Min-young kept her natural face and embraced it? But you know, just like I said with the other celebrities and her, like maybe they would have been more successful had they not changed A, B, C, and D about themselves. Because we've already seen people that didn't go under the knife and didn't change their appearance, and how because they look so different they stood out and became more famous. Natural beauty and quirks are what set us apart from everyone else, and it makes us very distinct and hard to forget. So overall, be proud of your big ass forehead, your spaced out eyes, or just whatever quirk that you've been, you know, insecure about, because that's what makes you you and just unique. And it's dope. I mean, and it kind of changes my perspective because I could take something that I've been insecure about, but if I think about how that quirk makes me more valuable and more like quirky and different, that kind of changes like how I perceive, you know, myself and the things that I don't like about myself. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did like it, give this video a big thumbs up, leave your comments and your opinions down below, and of course I'll be back next week for my next video. Bye guys.